Hello, everybody. On tonight's episode of Backseat Quarterbacks, I'm joined by Darren, Greg, and Drake May. Look at him, right here, in the flesh. How you doing, Drake? Well, hello there. It's just me. That was a joke, guys. That's a joke. It's Sterling. It's the host. We are here to talk about Conference Championship weekend. What I think is usually the best weekend in football, that and divisional round. They're my two favorite weekends in the football world. I will say this. It is kind of sad. We have 3 games of football left in this season. College is over. Indiana won the championship, and now we have 2 championship Sunday games and the Super Bowl. And on this podcast, 2 of our teams are still alive of the Final 4. Feels good about that. I don't know what happened to the third of our teams. It was a playoff team. What happened there? They choked away a massive lead, I think is what happened. Sorry, Darren. Don't leave the podcast. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I know it still hurts. You're in a psychiatric ward. They'd let you finally get a wall behind you instead of like padded walls. So you're upgrading. Anywho, Darren and Greg are here, and we are ready to talk ball all night long. This is going to be a 3.5-hour podcast. Fellas, are you ready? Start your engines. Let's get booming. Here is Darren and Gregory. How you doing, Greg? Where are you at?
Doing
Italy?
good. We are in Jackson, Wyoming tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, very cold. But just had some Thai food at my favorite Thai place in town. Nice and spicy, warmed me up. Darren, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I mean, I don't know. I caught a stray from Sterling on the intro. I don't know what that was about. But
Sure did. Welcome to the pod.
I guess so. We're here. We're talking ball. You know what? Facts over feelings. Packers got smoked. I deserve that. They deserve that. I didn't deserve that. They did. But.
Well, what do you think about your defensive coordinator that was calling plays brilliantly there that allowed that fourth quarter comeback? Getting hired as a head coach. He got a promotion for losing that game. What do you feel about that?
Yeah. I don't know if I gave this take on a podcast on Sunday when he was being in talks for a head coach. I know I told you this, Sterling. He's never been on an NFL sideline. How is this guy qualified to be a head coach? He's a booth guy. Is he going to be the first head coach to coach from a booth? Is he just going to be the eye in the sky, just yelling down at people on the headset? What's going on? Is he going to make them take the elevator up to him?
He should go even higher up. He should get in the blimp, the Goodyear blimp, and just have like a telescope below. I'd like that.
He's watching from a helicopter.
That'd be awesome. He's on the ladder. He's like clipped in. No, it's yeah, I don't know. There's been some coaching moves. Obviously, we talked very briefly. Stefanski got the Atlanta job. Is there any other head coaching fillings that's happened so far? Harbaugh got the Giants job. Oh yeah, Robert Saleh got the Titans job this morning. I think that's a pretty good hire. They're building something. I think Cam Ward showed some abilities this year. McDermott's out. That I talked about that in the bonus podcast. Everybody should check out with my dear friend Matt, a real media member, fellas. Felt good shooting the shit with a real guy, part of the media, not you hacks. I'm just kidding. You know I love you.
If you pay us, it'll feel more real for us.
Yeah.
Man,
I count this as my volunteer work for
This is charity to you? This is charity for you?
Charity. It counts toward my mandatory volunteer hours.
Oh, court order?
Yeah, this is a write-off for us, Sterling.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you help the needy. Anyways, yeah, we're going to keep paying attention to what coaches get hired. There's some very bad jobs out there. The Bills is open. That's a good one. And I'm interested to see who takes it. It will be Brian Daboll. But I am interested to see if they go another way outside of that. And the Ravens job is still open. And that's pretty much it for the good jobs. And then the rest, you're really going to be, I would probably pass if I was a good candidate out there. I'd be like, I'm good. I'll be there next year for some of these new jobs. But anyways, yeah. 2 games to decide who plays in the Super Bowl in Santa Clara. I'm going to Denver. I've announced this. It's going to be fun. I'll be on site. I'm going to try to record a lot so I can write this off on tax as well. I'm going to be on site, and I'm going to try to put this off put this out of my my tax bill if possible. I don't know. I don't make any money off this, but just for fun, I'm just gonna send it in anyways to the IRS, make it seem like it's real. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited to be back in Denver. I've been to that city one time in my life, and it was a great trip. Jokic's, I think, rookie year, we went to the Nuggets game. He was just a wee little lad from Serbia, little chubby, had some chub on him. But I talked some shit to John Elway. Thought that the Patriots were going to blow out the Broncos in that game. Had extreme confidence, and what happened in that game was not that, and it ruined the trip. So I'm going back to a place that I have extreme PTSD, and I'm going to do some immersion therapy in Denver at that stadium, and hopefully this time there's a different result. And I'm feeling pretty good. We're going to start talking about the game right now. It is the Patriots minus 5.5 in Denver. The over-under in this game is 42.5. The weather here, I've done a little advanced research, advanced scouting. I had to go to the store or the mall today because I did not bring a coat with me, and I bought a puffer vest. So I will be bringing a puffer vest. I'm going to buy some gloves, maybe another base layer, but it's going to be about 38 to 40 degrees, so not too cold, and supposed to be sunny. Now, Denver weather, everybody should know, can change on a dime, so better to over-prepare than under-prepare, but it seems like it's going to be good weather, no snow, no precipitation, and we have Drake May versus Jared Stidham. If you would have told me this was the AFC Championship game coming into the year, I would have said Jared Stidham is the Bills' backup, and I would have said somehow Drake May got traded to a different team. He's not on the Patriots anymore somehow. I don't know what happened. So this is a fairy tale. I don't understand how they're here, but I'm very excited. I'm going to ride the hot hand of the Patriots defense, and I'm going to say they're going to cover 5.5. And we can go in depth on these games because there's only 2 of them, but I'm going to just give my pick, and we can do our picks and our analysis there, and then a little bit of explaining after that. So 5.5, I'm going Pats. I think they get it done. I think this is going to be kind of like their first 2 playoff games where it's a good defensive performance, and then May pulls away in the second half. Greg?
Yeah, I'm going to join you with the Pats minus 5.5. I think the number is a little steep. I would have liked it to have been like, I don't know, 3 would have been really nice, but we're not going to get that. But I just think New England's been kind of a steamroller, and Jared Stidham is going into just this massive game, and you got to imagine maybe the moment's just a little too big on a couple of plays, and it ends up being the difference here. I know that the defense for the Broncos is fearsome, and they keep them in this game, but I think ultimately you see New England pull away and cover that number. I think they win it by touchdown. Darren?
Yeah. I mean, this is Vrabel's first year coaching in New England, but it's not his first year coaching. I think that's a really big difference. Like, you have to make sure you differentiate that. Like, this is his first year coaching New England, but he's been in big games before when he coached the Titans when they got the number 1 seed. He's played in big games. He knows how to get the guys ready. And then same thing, Josh McDaniels. He's coached thousands of big games as an OC. He knows how to get these guys locked in and ready to go. I'm not concerned about that. This Patriots team, they've looked really good. I have some fun stats we can talk about in a little bit with regards to the Patriots. So we can get into that a little bit later, but I'm going to take the Pats 5.5 as well.
Okay. So we're all on the Pats. I do think that thousands of big games have been coached by Josh McDaniels. He is the first and only offensive coordinator to ever exist in this league. He's been there forever. And he can, that's a lot of big games.
A little bit of hyperbole, but it's okay.
No, the before we get into props and everything, kind of where I'm at as Greg goes, because he knows he can go take a pee, a poop, do a walk around the block, 2 miles, maybe get more Thai food at his favorite Thai spot in Jackson, Wyoming. Dangerous place to go, probably. I don't know if they have good Thai food, but I mean, he's not going to trust their Italian food over there. Obviously, that's a persona non grata in Wyoming, right? You can't be Italian and live in Wyoming. It's one of the rules of Wyoming.
Okay, what? Okay, sorry.
I said you got up to go give it my analysis, and you can go take a walk around the block, a couple miles, go get some more Thai food. That was what I was trying to say because you know that it's gonna be
Oh,
a while, but and there's no
gotcha.
Italian food over there. But anyways, the my baseline is this: the Patriots. I gave a lot of this information in the bonus pod, so people that listen, I don't want to regurgitate things multiple times. So you guys are lucky about that, but also the listeners are. But pretty much, this is a better defense than uh, I think this is the number 1 or number 2 ranked defense along with Seattle, and then Houston's right in there too. But the only thing is they have by far the biggest weak link out of any 3 of those teams, and it's Riley Moss. And he has to play in all these snaps. He has to play every down. He commits a ton of penalties. He's somebody you just attack on the offensive side of the ball. You're going to match up Diggs on him. You're going to match up Booty on him. You're going to do the deep routes on him to try to get him to tug on the jersey, get a PI call. I just think that you have somewhere you can easily attack on the offensive side. You have to continue to knock it into Drake that he cannot be loosey-goosey with the ball. I said this to Darren on Sunday. I said it to Matt yesterday when we talked. He has a little bit of Favre in him where he wants to make the play no matter what. One of the plays against the Chargers, he had the ball and he tucked it down, and then he saw an open receiver when he was engaged with a defensive lineman, and he's like, well, I could still make that throw, and he brought it back up and got it strip sacked. And it's like he needs to have it in his mental clock that the only way that they can actually probably lose this game, unless Stidham is extremely impressive beyond any of our expectations, is if there's defensive touchdowns or turnovers like last game against the Texans where you get turnovers on their side of the field, and you don't have Stroud just giving the ball back to him. So I do think that that's the one thing where you just have to make sure Drake is not just being loosey-goosey with the football. And defensively, I have no notes to provide for what they need to do as a defense. Keep playing the way you've been playing. You're not going to get the same push that you got against the Texans offensive line or the Chargers offensive line because the Broncos offensive line is actually really good, but you do have an ability to get pressure still up the middle with Milton Williams and Barmore. And I want to just add also the best player on the defense of the Broncos is Bonito and Surtain. Those are 2 elite players, but it's not like Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter where they have 2 of them coming off the sides plus Rankins in the middle, and you have that front 7, and then you have Stingley and Lassiter as the 2 corners. It's a lot more centered around Bonito being able to just speed rush off the side. So I do think it's a lot easier challenge to game plan against this Broncos defense, even if they're ranked higher in some of these advanced stats. I do like the Pats here. I like them. I'm of course nervous because I'm spending a lot of money in points to go to this game. And if they lose twice to the Broncos against dead arm, noodle arm Peyton Manning and Tom Brady's second prime, and then to Jared Stidham, then I don't know what's going to happen to me. So that's basically my analysis for why I'm so in on the Pats. I did bet before they played the Texans. I texted you, Greg, about the AFC champion bet. I did end up betting, about 3 units for me. If you can guess my unit size. And then, so I am pretty heavily invested in the Patriots winning this game. So it would be nice. Also, I'd pay for the trip actually. So, there's my actual full analysis. Greg, if you'd like to provide more, and then Darren, and then we can give
Yeah,
props.
absolutely. I think the scary part of the Denver D all year has been the secondary, as you noted. But on the line, you can run on this team. We saw James Cook going roughshod over him, and that is opened up by having a quarterback that keeps the secondary honest, so they don't just stack the box and make it one dimensional. So I think you're going to see a lot of run here. I do hope that ball security is emphasized. I know it will be with Vrabel, with Drake May. You can't be going around trying to be Josh Allen Jr. and trying to save the world on these plays. You just sometimes just have to get rid of it, take a sack, whatever it is, hold on to the ball. If you make that mistake against this Denver defense, you're going to pay with a touchdown the wrong way. But I think New England's going to have a clean game plan coming into this, and it's going to involve a lot of Ramondre, a lot of Travion, and a couple of honest passes, 10, 15 yards. As long as they can get those to hit, as long as the passing, is there, I think that everything is going to kind of flow smoothly for them. Drake, no moment's too big for him. I just he seems to just rise to the occasion every week, and he's a gamer. So on the Denver side, I don't know what we're going to see out of Stidham, but he's going to have like a real A game to come in and try to win this one. I think that New England defense has been pretty solid all year, and we saw it, last week. They made the Texans look like, they look like the Texan defense we've been hearing about all week, in my opinion. So I think Stidham's going to probably have a rough game, and it's going to be on the defense for Denver to keep them in this, and I just don't think it's going to be enough. So I'm pretty confident your team's going to allow you to heckle very, very violently everyone around you, and you'll walk out of that stadium real popular.
I'll be respectful. I'm not an asshole.
I know
I'm
you
too
are.
small.
I know
Darren,
you
on the
are.
other hand, he's the big asshole. He's too. But he knows he won't get beat up. He's a monster. He's a Goliath of a man. Me, I'm David.
Yeah.
I'm a little guy. I just sometimes I have a stone with me. But if I have a stone, I'll start heckling.
Well, it's hard to
stone.
heckle when you're all by yourself too.
Yeah.
So
I'll have friends. I'll get friends. I'll find friends. Come on, let's go, fellas. I'm like Mark Wahlberg. That's a terrible analogy, actually. Now that I think
I don't know about that. But yeah, Darren, what do you think,
Darren?
man? What's your breakdown?
Yeah. I was hoping to think of a funny analogy between Drake May and Brett Favre, but I couldn't quite think of one that would really stick. So unfortunately, I think I couldn't come up with anything good. I think that the Bills were the better team against Denver for most of that game, and the way Josh Allen played, it's not fair to just blame him for the loss because of how much good he does, and he's the reason that they're ever even in these positions. But I think this is one of the few losses in Bills history that really kind of falls heavy on Josh Allen's shoulders for some of the boneheaded plays that he made, mostly in the first half. Second half, he was really good, but it felt like the Bills were the better team watching most of that game. I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but it felt like the Bills were going to pull it out at the end too, and until they didn't. So it's tough. This Denver team, I mean, even with Bo Nix, I just don't know how good they are. They still they don't put a lot of fear in me, and their defense is good, but I think the Texans defense is a lot better, and the Patriots managed to win against them. Now that kind of leads me into my next point of the stuff I want to talk about here. It's going to come across as like a hate stat, like I'm hating, but I promise I'm not. I'm just getting to a point here that I'll give you my point first. You never know when the stars might align for your team to make a run. People always say we can be back here next year, but that's never guaranteed. And for this Patriots team, I think going into the year, they had aspirations of maybe making a wild card. I'd like the highest expectations you had going into the season. But a lot of things broke their way. They had, again, historically easy schedule, which is what you play who you play. They played one of the easiest schedules ever. And then, they get the Chargers in the first round, and Herbert, again, he just pisses on himself in a big moment. And then the Texans defense is for real. Like they kept them in that game. And the Patriots defense was also good. But then CJ Stroud again has one of the worst outings you've ever seen from a quarterback. And now you get to play Jarrett Stidham in the conference final. My point is, I think the stars are aligning for this Patriots team. It kind of feels like, hey, sometimes it's better to be, lucky than just utterly dominant and having to have these shootouts and these big fist fights with these other great teams. It's like, hey, sometimes stuff just breaks your way. And there's nothing, obviously, you can't take anything away from the Patriots to do. You play who you play. There's nothing you can say about that. But it's just, to me, this season feels like a bonus season for the Patriots. It's like, hey, stuff's going our way. Let's just keep winning these games. Why not? And they have been, and they've been taking care of business. That's my whole point to this Patriots team. They feel like a team that's going to get to the Super Bowl this year. They feel like things have just been going their way. And sometimes that's all you need. You just need things to go your way. And they really have been for honestly, not the 49, the opposite of the 49ers. The Seahawks, I feel like, have kind of had some things break their way this year as well. And I know we're going to talk about that game in a minute, but those two teams just kind of feel like they're on a crash course for a fantastic Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't disagree with anything either of you said. I think that there is a bit of that is kind of, it's not revisionist, I'd say, but it's like the Chargers have a good defense, and they always had the problem with the offensive line. There's still a lot of people that pick the Chargers because it's their first real battle, except for the Bills. Everybody was picking the Texans. I still don't understand that. I really cannot comprehend how everybody in the media was just on the Texans. You're right, the defense showed up. I think you have to give credit to the Pats defense more than just blame Stroud and Herbert for playing bad. It was some of those throws by Stroud were legitimately like, is he gambling? But I mean, for play to play though, it was pretty impressive. Yeah, Stroud was benchable, but I mean, I would say to the extent of where luck and everything plays into it, it does take a lot of luck to win Super Bowls. Every Brady Super Bowl could have gone either way besides the Mahomes one, but even leading up to the Mahomes one, where they beat the Chiefs in that Super Bowl, you look at the game against the Packers, you look at the game against the Saints where they were down 10 points, and even the game against the Commies in round one when they were the Washington football team, I think at the time, against the Green Lizard and Heineke, who still doesn't have a job in this league, by the way. There's a lot of luck that goes into this stuff, but
For sure.
I'm not. I think that you're right. Nothing's promised to get back to these places. It felt like it was with Brady, and it feels like it is with Mahomes. But when it comes to everybody else, you can never guarantee AFC Championship or NFC Championship appearances. This is the 15th straight year that the Patriots or Chiefs have been in this game, which is not human. It makes no sense. But I do say that this feels a little different than last year's Washington run because it isn't full of just like hitting on an 18 at the blackjack table. It's more, it seems more sustainable because the team's younger. It has a lot of capital to go and play with in the offseason, and I like Vrabel more than Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's a good coach, but it feels like that relationship might be ending sooner than later. And I like May's health prospects more than Daniels. Now anything can happen, but to say, I don't disagree with you. I think that anybody that acts like the Pats are a juggernaut already, we need a way to see. They came into this year with a talent depleted roster compared to some of these other teams. I mean, it really is. May's taken a leap quickly, and I like some of the receivers how they're playing, and then I like their defense quite a bit more than the average person. But the offensive line still has a lot to get better. Like they still need to draft. They need a center. They probably need a right tackle next year because Moses is getting older, et cetera, et cetera. We can keep going, but no, I'm not in disagreement. I'm a pretty rational fan about this Patriots team. I feel like this whole year, and they've overshot my expectations. I don't know. I've not tried to be a homer. I've tried to be honest, but I probably come off as a douchebag. Props in this game. How you guys feeling or do you have anything to say to that, Greg? Do you think I'm an asshole?
Just generally, or in regards to the pass?
Both and. Or yes,
no,
or yes and.
Of course. No, Sterling, I got nothing but love for you. You can be a little obnoxious regarding the Pats, but in other realms of your life, you're a very nice guy.
Hey, thank you. You're a nice guy too.
And also, oh, well, thank you. And there are Italian restaurants in Jackson. I was going to say, I think I heard you saying there's no
Olive Garden.
There's like there's like, I don't know if you're familiar with Jackson, but it is like actually quite a culinary scene here.
I believe it.
Oh, actually, and by the way, there's a Four Seasons here, so you can come by anytime.
Oh, okay. I'll be there tonight.
Yeah.
Let me call up NetJets real quick and charter
it's
myself.
It's a little more pricey than the Seattle one. You can check the rates, but
shit don't hurt me.
Yeah.
Not if the Pats win the AFC, you know? That's in
there you
go. Over under here is 42.5. I'm leaning over. I like to think these colder weather games, they've typically gone over. But Patriots, I think, will get 28-31. Denver 17. Does that go over 42? If it's 31-17?
Oh,
That's not over 42? That is, yeah, that
wait,
is.
wait, 30. What'd you say? 20? Oh,
31 to
21-17.
17? 31 to 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah,
that's
31. I thought you said
pretty well
21-17.
over.
Yeah.
That
Jesus,
math
I'm terrible at
computes.
addition. Sorry. Yeah. I'll give props, and then if you guys like any of these are just quick ones that I wrote down right before. The passing yard totals, May is 226.5. Stidham's 190.5. They don't have a lot of the rushing and receiving ones because people don't know who's playing for the Broncos yet. But rushing totals, Stevenson 48.5, Henderson 35.5, Drake 30.5. Stidham is the only one you can get for the Broncos right now, 13.5. Any of those stand out?
I like Ramondre
I like,
and Stevenson.
yeah, I like
Or, it's the same guy.
Yeah, I know
Travion.
what you said. Yeah. Yeah, I get.
I like both of those.
Yeah, both of those stand out. I think they both go over.
Yeah.
You actually now
Receiving
can
yard,
get Harvey Mims on the Broncos. He's at over under 2.5 yards.
I saw that. I didn't put
Wow.
that one on there purposely because it's like, yeah, he will get a carry probably on a jet sweep.
A little end around.
Receiving props on this is Sutton is the favorite to lead the game, 51.5. Diggs 44.5. Henry 41.5. Ingram 19.5, and Stevenson 18.5. The only one that stands out there is both Ingram and Stevenson. I like both those. Ramondre and Evan Ingram. I like Evan Ingram a lot.
I really like
Yeah.
these rushing attempts for Ramondre at 11.5.
I like that one too. That one a lot.
lot.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to
especially if
talk
they
about
salt
these.
the game
Screenshot
away.
that one.
Wait. What's the yardage total for Ingram?
18.5. Or 19.5,
That's
sorry.
going to
But
be,
yeah.
he'll get over 20. That's going to be Stidham's safety blanket.
You said what was the rushing attempts for Ramondre? 11.5?
11.5. It's minus 138 or something. So it's a little
Okay, that'll go
juiced,
up.
but
Yeah. I like that too. He might actually get that in the second quarter if he doesn't get hurt. If he doesn't get something in his eye like last game. I like that. Not that he got something in his eye, but that prop. Touchdown scores. They don't have Booty's yards here, but if it's under 50, that is going to be an odd. I think we bet that. I think that should be a group bet on Booty because he's going to get deep shots all game. But for touchdown scores, I'll say it, Darren.
Oh, I was gonna say for Evan Ingram also, his receptions, his over under is 2.5.
What?
Yeah, for Evan
Do they use a
Ingram,
different tight end? Do they use a different tight end that we don't know about? Have they
I don't know.
Have they brought back Jimmy Graham from retirement?
That doesn't make any sense.
Ben Watson,
He's
who's
one
another
of two players that have their props out right now. I absolutely love that.
Who's another Saint? Who's a former Saints tight end that Sean Payton liked, except for Jimmy Graham? Is somebody coming out of the foxhole for this team? Taysom Hill? Is Taysom Hill on this team? Nah, I'm worried, fellas. Touchdown scores while Greg looks that up on Kalshi.
It's just there's only three tight ends: Evan Ingram, Adam Troutman, and Nate Adkins.
Yeah, Nate Adkins. I don't know who the hell that is.
No, it's just some big white guy.
Yeah, Stevenson plus
Diggs.
115. Oh, wait, what's up?
Oh, sorry. Stephon Diggs' longest reception over 18.5.
I think he averages that this season. I think he has like 13 catches over 20 yards or something like that.
Okay.
11 catches over 20 yards. Wow. These are, you know what? We're gonna be get your phone ready. Charge it up tonight, Darren. We're gonna be talking tomorrow. This is gonna be off pod combos. Get ready. Yeah, start writing these down. Make a note. Touchdown score: Stevenson plus 115, RJ Harvey plus 125. I would be careful about that just because you don't know if the other running back is playing, and J.K. Dobbins. Hunter Henry plus 190, Henderson plus 200, Diggs plus 220, Drake May plus 240, and Keyshawn Booty plus 270. I mean, Stevenson sticks out. That's even money. And then I like, obviously, these aren't good enough odds to bet all three, but I like Diggs, Booty, and May just for him to rush one in, or Booty to get the deep shot again. I don't know. I feel like they're going to be attacking that defense on Riley Moss a lot. So wherever Riley Moss is, I feel like they're just going to be targeting him. But that's basically it on that. Anything else on the AFC Championship game, or are we good to go to the main event? Okay. This is the game of the day, I think. I don't think there's much debate that people would rather watch Jarrett Stidham versus Drake May. Although, if you told me Sam Darnold was in the NFC Championship game, I'd also be thinking something happened 5 years ago. I'd be saying the Jets have emerged. But no, he's on his fifth team or something like that, and he's finally playing into himself. And this is the round 3 against the Rams. The Seahawks are 2.5-point favorites. 47.5 is the over under. Have a really hard time picking this game. The Seahawks played their worst game of the year against them in the first outing, and they lost on a missed field goal with time expiring by 2 points. Which is a testament to how good their defense played in the red zone. I think they gave up. I don't think they gave up a score off a turnover, and Sam Darnold had 4 interceptions. It was pretty impressive that the game was even close and they had a chance to win at the end. And then, of course, the second game was the game of the season, the regular season game of the season, where it went into overtime. Extremely crazy result where you have Stafford go for 460 almost and somehow lose that game. And it was kind of when the MVP odds flipped, and then they flipped again and flipped again and flipped again. But this is round 3. I think where I'm leaning and what my pick is going to be is I'm picking the Seahawks to cover 2.5. I really struggle with that, and I'll provide more context after you guys pick. So I'm going Seahawks 2.5. Greg?
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle 2.5 too. I think that a lot of my conception of this game, as we were talking last week, is just believe what you're seeing with your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And what I have seen LA do, at least on travel, is go all over the entire country the last couple of weeks. We went to Carolina, we went to Chicago, they've just been traveling nonstop. They've been dealing with some injuries. And I think something broke in that team after that Seahawks game. Like, they seem to have really just been kind of mired in some strange stuff that I can't explain, but they just haven't looked the same since that game. And Seattle just continues to reel off these dominant wins. So I can only go with a team that seems to have the momentum, and not the team that just got out of a crazy overtime, insane victory over the Chicago Bears, who, finally ran out of, their incredible luck.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm taking Seattle minus 2.5. I just think they're the more complete team. I think they're healthier, and I think it's their year. Darren, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the Seahawks here as well. I think we're all on board for a Mike versus Mike Super Bowl in terms of the coaching matchup. So that should be a fun one on Mike versus Mike. Yeah, the Rams, they've won 2 playoff games. They have not convinced me in either one that they are a great team that is a force to be reckoned with. I know last week was a game in the frigid temperatures of Chicago, and it was on the road, and the Bears were red hot and had been, living life on the edge, winning these close games and squeaking them out. It almost looked like they were going to do it again. So, I mean, tip my hat to the Rams for not folding to that, but defensively, they played 67 snaps, which isn't horrible, especially considering the game went into overtime. But man, those really cold weather games, they really, you use a lot of energy playing in those types of conditions. And I know the Pats had a little bit of snow, but I mean, it was barely freezing. It was 32 to 35 degrees. It wasn't super windy. That's that's really not that cold compared to whatever the Bears-Rams game was, like a real feel of like -5 or something absurd where it's like, how are these guys playing in this? But my take, I'm on the Seahawks here. I just think that
I doxed you, by the way. That was me. I did that after you made the Brett Favre Drake May joke. Those are the SWAT team's coming to get you. I swatted your ass, so be expecting a battering ram coming anytime, any second.
Yeah.
Keep going, Darren.
You swatted me?
Yeah, they're coming. Keep going.
Oh, yeah. So I guess that's kind of my preliminary take to this game is I just think that the Rams have been squeaking these games out. They're traveling, not regionally either. They're traveling across the country, essentially. They went to Carolina and then back to LA and then over to Chicago. It's a lot. It's a lot on a team. I think that's something that can't be discounted.
You know what? Discount double check. How about that?
Discount double check.
Did either of you see that video I sent in the
That's a
group?
good point.
A few days ago, was it yesterday? I said looks like Darren when the guy Lambo leaped and he tried to get up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you saw it.
How'd you get that footage?
Natalie sent it to me. I think we're all in agreement with what the Super Bowl is going to be. I came very hard to phrasing.
Yeah, watch out, Sterling. This is a family-friendly podcast, okay?
It made me very hesitant to pick the Seahawks team because I do think the Seahawks, because I'm about to tell you.
Okay,
I think the Seahawks.
I was setting it up.
Yeah. No, good. You're good. I think the Seahawks play an extremely good brand of football, an extremely stylistic type of football. I mean, we had an argument after tennis one day where it's like, well, Drake May wouldn't be able to get through those simulated pressures. That's impersonating one of our tennis buddies. And
I think I know who that was.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, get the fuck out of here. But the truth of the matter is they do a lot of simulated pressures where they line up on the line of scrimmage, and it's the quarterback's job to read what the defense is doing. Stafford's able to do that better than probably anybody in the league because he's 40 years old and he's cerebral. And Phillip Rivers was able to do that, actually, which was one of my big bet misses this year was betting the Seahawks to win by 7.5 instead of 13.5, and they won by 2. And the older quarterbacks are able to read defenses a lot better than the younger quarterbacks. So Mike McDonald's defense is able to take advantage of quarterbacks not knowing how to read defenses. And I think that's tremendous. And when Matthew Stafford retires, who knows the run that the Seahawks team can go on. And I picked them to win this game for what it's worth. So I don't think that's the issue. But I think Stafford does pick this defense apart. And he didn't do it in the first game because Darnold was throwing the ball to the team the entire time. But in the second game, I mean, he had 460 yards and he didn't have Devontae Adams, and it was really just the Puka show. And I don't think they should be doing the type of simulated pressures and simulated blitzes that they do all the time. They should be more base. They should actually send blitzers, but they shouldn't send blitzers off the corner position that they did multiple times in that game that are on Puka, because Stafford's first read is Puka every time in a drop back, it seems. But that's one concern. The other concern for me, and this is the biggest concern, it's not really the offense on defense. It's Seattle's offense where they are down a running back. They're a two-headed running back monster, and now it's only Kenneth Walker, and he's also quite injury prone in his career, and they really don't have a third option. So if Kenneth Walker gets banged up at all here, the entire game is on Darnold's arm, and that's the scary thing. Is we've talked about it throughout this season. If he turns into a pumpkin in a big moment, and you saw it happen multiple times in that second Rams game where he threw an interception right to the defensive end. He doesn't read simulated pressures at all, really, it feels like. Now, you probably win this game if you play your best brand of football and the Rams' best brand of football, and that's all you have to just think about, and that's why I'm picking the Seahawks. But it's a really hard one for me to like digest that Sam Darnold's going to make a Super Bowl, only because I've seen him melt in these moments. And I trust in him because I trust in Mike McDonald. I think he's a great coach. I think what they did to San Francisco last week shows me that this team's playing with confidence a lot more than the Rams. And because the Rams shouldn't have won either of their playoff games. And that's a team that when you gave up that last second touchdown to Caleb Williams on one of the most incredible plays probably in NFL history, I do not know how you made that pass. I thought they were going to lose that game. When Bryce Young took the lead at the end of the game with like 2 minutes to go or 3 minutes to go with the Panthers, I didn't think the Rams were going to win that game. And they won both. That is a lot of luck there when it comes to win probability and all that stuff, all that jazz. But in this, I'm taking the Seahawks. I think they're going to be able to get out to a lead, but there is concern where it's hard for me to like justify that. I should take the points, but I think they're going to win because Stafford clearly isn't 100%. This team's clearly not 100%. They peaked early. The defense is very easy to move the ball on. It's not the same defense that they played in week 6 or whatever, and it's not the same defense they even played in week 14. So I'm confident in the Seahawks. I just think those are my 2 places of like mumbo jumbo nervousness if I'm gambling big on this. I do think Seattle's a better football team by far, though, out of these 2 right now, especially. So. How do you like them apples, Greg? How's that explanation?
I like them apples all right. So one prop we can maybe look at, Darren, because you're the prop and odds guru, is Rashid Shaheed rushing attempts or rushing yards or some combination thereof. So I think you're going to see him utilized in maybe some jet stuff, whatever, out of the back. I guarantee you're going to see at least one.
He's not listed yet.
Okay.
On this, we're still pretty far away. Again, we're recording Tuesday night, so we're pretty far away from game time. I imagine his odds will pop up on here. One prop that it catches my eye. It feels like it's a little high. Is Kenneth Walker's rushing attempts is set at 20.5. Do you really think they're going to run him 20 times?
I mean,
they don't have
he's
another
the only
guy
though.
Yeah, I think they have Cam Akers on their practice squad, and they elevated somebody else.
That's a lot, but I could see him
with the trickery of Rashid Shaheed and maybe putting him into like a running back position. I just don't think you want to put 20 carries on your running back. I don't know. Maybe you do, but
I mean, if he gets hurt, honestly, if the Seahawks win and they don't have Kenneth Walker or Charbonnet, they won't beat in theory, they wouldn't beat the Patriots, I don't think. And I think they definitely need to have one of those guys. So maybe you don't want to put the heavy workload, but then you want to win this game. You have to go all in, right? You can't just say like, well, we need to be healthy for the Super Bowl. That'd be funny. It's like Mike McDonald's are like, we were playing to make the Super Bowl. Our plan was to win this game. After the game, we were planning to win this game. We needed Kenneth Walker for the Super Bowl, and it's like they lost by 2 touchdowns because they refused to run the ball after the first quarter. I have some props here, and I can give you. I wrote down more props for this in the Patriots game because I think these are better just numbers. You have more confidence knowing these because these are the same teams. It's not Stidham. It's like the bones of the teams are the same. Stafford has a 255 over under, and this for passing yards. He averaged 276 per game this year. The game 1, he had 130 yards. A lot of short fields in that game. Game 2, 457 yards, and obviously that was an outlier for the season. That was I think that's one of his top passing yard performances ever. I do like the over for that. Darnold's over-under is 235.5. He averaged 238, so that's just right in line. But both games against the Rams, he went way over this number. And game 1, of course, that was 4 interceptions, so they were playing from behind. He had 280. And game 2, he had 270. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
so
I like that.
You're basically getting 35 yards off what he had both those games. So
I like that
seems
one.
that, especially when you only have one running back too. And he's going to have to drop back. I did not write down how many pass attempts he's going to have. But in both those games, Darnold threw 44 the first time, 34 the second time. I have to imagine he's going to throw in the 30s in this game. So whatever the pass attempts is, I like it over unless it's like at 35.
It's 35.5.
Yeah, see, that's a tricky one because now they're basically saying there's going to be 55 plays that they run for sure because they're doing Kenneth Walker 20.5 rushes and Darnold 35.5 pass attempts. I'm okay with the 35.5.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Stafford.
No, Darnold.
Darnold's at 29.5. Stafford's 35.5.
We have to bet that Darnold number.
I agree.
That actually might be my bet of the week. There's
That's
no way he's
times?
under that. Yeah, there's no way he's under that.
I just have a feeling in
What are they
this
doing?
game, it's
QB
the third
powers?
quarter
Like,
that
how are they going to be under that number if Kenneth Walker runs the ball 20 times? Even if he runs the ball 20 times, how would Darnold not throw the ball 30 times? There just isn't a way. They're bringing in the backups to run the whole time.
I mean, sack, quarterback rushes, trick plays where it's a handoff or end around, stuff like that.
Wait,
They're
the
going to run
number's 30 for pass attempts?
29.5.
Yeah, they're going to run 65 offensive plays. You can't,
true.
or 60 offensive plays. There's no way that can be. There's no way. I just don't understand how there's a world in which that doesn't go over 29.5. I might be taking crazy juice.
Another prop I like that I found is longest rush, Kenneth Walker, 16.5 yards. The Bears had a couple runs that they were popping a couple runs on the Rams defense, and maybe it was the cold, maybe it was fatigue or what, but they were able to squeak out a couple runs, and I think Kenneth Walker is more explosive than Manungai. I mean, Swift is pretty explosive and stuff on the edge, but Kenneth Walker seems to find ways to rip off some nice chunk plays. It feels like at least once a game.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. The Rams, the QBs against the Rams averaged 34.5 pass attempts against them this year. And you're telling me a team with only one running back. I do not understand how he doesn't throw for, unless he gets hurt. It has to be an injury risk. That's it. But why would he? That doesn't make any sense. Or a blowout, I guess. Like if they beat their breaks off, and then they're gonna bring, what is it, Velvet Jones Jr. Is that their other running back?
I don't know.
What's the over under on this game? I don't even know what that is.
47.5
or something. 47.5. And the spread's at 2.5. So it's telling you it's going to be a high scoring tight game. I guarantee you he goes over 30.
Yeah. We're gonna bet that right after this.
Do you think though that it's gonna be another high scoring game? Like this is the third time these teams have played each other.
I think it will be.
You think it will be?
Yeah. I mean, I think that the Rams, I think the Rams can score on anybody. And I hate to say that, but I think they can. So the Seahawks defense is like completely negated there. And I think the Seahawks can score on the Rams. So I think it's going to go back and forth. And if you have a, 2-score game, or two going late into the fourth, it's not over. I mean, the Rams, I don't know. They're hard to put away.
Sounds like you're farting like every 3 seconds, by the way.
Does it?
Yeah. Is that Thai food in Jackson just going right through you?
Maybe I am farting every 2 seconds.
It's a talent.
Maybe it's a technical glitch. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
It's supposed to be warm here too. Actually, it's supposed to be sunny. It's supposed to be sunny on Sunday.
The props I'm completely staying away from.
Yeah, it'll be.
Are receiving props. There's too many receivers in this game, and all the numbers just feel so high.
Yeah, well, and remember last time they played in Seattle, that last crazy game, JSN didn't do anything until I think they got into overtime. Like he was just put away, and then of course he came back and had a huge game, but he was super quiet the whole regulation portion of that contest.
Yeah, I mean Puka's at 92.5 yards for his over under.
Puka's an easy bet over. Are you kidding me? Puka goes over every game. It's stupid not to bet his over. He goes over every game.
Yeah,
there's no reason he wouldn't go over that game. Or
the only reason you bet Puka under is if you're a masochist who hates watching football. You just want to sit there and be tortured the whole day.
Yeah, my brain is just like saying, you know what, he's basically gonna have 100-yard game every game. Maybe he has, I don't know, but
he has. Go look at his game logs.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's
His
true.
game logs are insane. I think like you can bet any Puka. That's a low number for him. They're giving a lot of respect to Seattle's defense, and they're saying Devontae Adams is going to have a fine game too. Devontae Adams
He's at
isn't part of this
49 and a
offense really
half.
anymore. Yeah, he's not even part of this offense anymore, except for he gets 2 catches a game, and they're usually for 17 to 20 yards, and then he's a red zone target. There's no reason to bet his yard totals ever. It's really just bet
He's
Puka, bet
anytime
JSN.
touchdown.
Yeah, and his anytime touchdowns plus 100, plus 120.
Yeah.
Jason's plus 100, Walker's minus 165, Kyron's plus 125, Puka 120, and then you get to the further odds. AJ Barner 195, and I like this one, Blake Corum plus 280. He gets in there sometimes in the red zone, and they trade off. That's not worth it.
I like Kyron 125. That seems really cheap, honestly, considering he's probably the most likely to score one.
Yeah, I like that too. I think there's a good same game parlay we can make in this game where you don't really need to bet the team that wins. You can bet that separately, but you could do an alt line over, or you could just do over 47.5. You could do Darnold pass attempts. You could do one of those touchdown scores. Yeah, gosh, there's so many. I like these props a lot. Kenneth Walker, 87.5 total yards, or over under rushing yards, sorry. In game 1, he had 91, or what do you have in game 1? He had like 80 yards in game 1, and he had something like, I think he had 75 yards in game 2. There's no Charbonnet. Come on. Kyron Williams, 54.5 over under. Game 1, he had 91 yards. In the second game, he had 70. Last week, he had 87 yards. In the wild card game, he had 57. Kyron Williams over under is pretty good too. There's value in that. These are some good props. If we all like the over in this, or Darren, do you not like the over? You seem
It
hesitant.
just makes me nervous. Team's playing for the third time, but you could convince me. I could always root for an over.
I think if we all like
Overs
the
are easy.
Seahawks, I feel like it has to be an over, just because the Rams score against everybody besides last week in the cold. But since this isn't a cold game, it just feels like it's going to be a 30 again, like 31 to 28, 31 to 24 game is what I could see. Kickers need to make their kicks. I trust Jason Myers a lot more than Slavis the Hog on the other sideline.
I don't know. He's been pretty solid.
Did I get his nickname right, or what's his nickname?
A thicker kick thing?
I like Slavis the Hog a little more.
I haven't heard that one, but that is funny.
What you got, Darren?
But he's been solid. I think he's missed one field goal.
Jared Verse to recorded sack is plus 168.
I'm good. What's
Any
the defensive lineman to get an interception in this game? Do they have that up there as a fun prop?
No. Seahawks
That
plus 7 total kicking points. It's minus 230. So
yeah, they're saying like 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think so, but that's not worth it. That's terrible odds. It's so much juice. Yeah, I don't know. I think we covered all the props we need to cover.
Yeah. So really we agree on everything this week. It's just easy.
Yeah, if we were on ESPN, we'd be like, change our picks. I don't pick that no more. Did you see that video of them?
No.
You didn't. You guys didn't see that? They all picked the Texans, and then they announced that they picked the Texans.
Oh
and
no, I saw
I saw the crazy. They're like, "Oh, get me off the Texans!" It's like you guys all
the screen grab, and yeah, I saw the screen grab all on the Texans, which is wild. But yeah, the media. I
think Dan Orlovsky needs to go be a quarterback again, play another game in the NFL.
Yeah, he's not great on TV. I will say that.
Yeah.
But
well.
You don't need to be.
Nope. He's handsome. He's a handsome devil. I think all three of us can get on TV if that's all it takes. Handsome devilish.
Absolutely.
Hello. But awesome. Okay. Well, we are locked in. See, that's a taste of what you're going to get Super Bowl weekend. That's just a few props. That's a few props we just looked up real quick. But we're going to be all in on the props. I will tell you this: we're going to be doing over 2.5 people to throw a pass. We'll be in the Super Bowl prop, and we will be betting that every year. I bet that, and it hits every year. They should up that to 3.5, honestly, because teams always have a receiver or a running back throw a pass. Very rarely works. Don't remind me of moments where it did that I don't want to hear about, okay? Don't remind me about it. So anyways, thank you, fellas. It's been fun. I look forward to watching these games. I will be next time you see me will not be. This is the last time I'll be in this background where it says Vino and some Hobby Lobby signs. And what's that one say? Drinking wine at home is much better than a bar because you can wear your pajamas and there is no last call. I love that sign.
Oh, fantastic.
It's a good sign. So you like drinking wine anywhere, Greg. Anywhere the grapes are.
Absolutely, dude.
As long as there's spaghetti and meat sauce to pair with it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And some
But
aged
okay,
meats, a few pieces of cheese. Greg's having a fine day.
Peronis.
Oh.
He breaks the bottle sometimes and has to get somebody with it.
Okay.
Hit it with a
Gotta
Q
do what
stick.
you gotta do.
Q stick and ass. Anyways, yeah. Good luck to your Seattle Seahawks. This is if they win and the
Good luck to the
Patriots win.
Pats, man.
It'll be the last compliment I give them. Yeah, we're gonna have a little war between the two of us. A turf war. Okay.
I can mediate the next podcast.
Yeah, you're really gonna have to be the mediator, Darren. And you're gonna be the tiebreaker too, because I'm not picking against my team.
Ooh,
I might pick the Seahawks just for fun. I would pick the Seahawks too. I'd be like, I don't trust
whatever.
Give me the cheese head, Darren. Ship me the cheese head. I'll wear the cheese head.
The cheese head?
Yeah, go ahead. Ship it to me. I'm on the Packers. Okay. We'll be back on Sunday night. I'll be we'll see how I feel. I will be recording after the Sunday Night Football with Darren. Greg, you're welcome to come on that as well. I'll be in a hotel, or maybe Jarvis, take that out. But I'll be on site in Denver, and I'll be recording it with Darren and maybe you, Greg. I'm going to do the hotel recording because it worked for you. So, I mean, hopefully I don't have as bad a gas as you had tonight. So, okay. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you.